File 42.
After a little while, however, he was again at home with his guests, looked at them with clear, scrutinizing eyes, and said, "My guests, ye higher men, I will speak plain language and plainly with you. It is not for you that I have waited here in these mountains." "Plain language and plainly? Good God!" said here the king on the left to himself. "One seeth he doth not know the good Occidentals, this sage out of the Orient. But he meaneth blunt language and bluntly well. That is not the worst taste in these days. Ye may verily all of you be higher men," continued Zarathustra, "but for me ye are neither high enough nor strong enough. For me, that is to say, for the inexorable which is now silent in me, but will not always be silent. And if ye appertain to me, still it is not as my right arm. For he who himself standeth, like you, on sickly and tender legs, wisheth above all to be treated indulgently, whether he be conscious of it or hide it from himself. My arms and my legs, however, I do not treat indulgently. I do not treat my warriors indulgently. How then could ye be fit for my warfare? With you I should spoil all my victories, and many of you would tumble over if ye but heard loud beating of my drums. Moreover, ye are not sufficiently beautiful and well-born for me. I require pure, smooth mirrors for my doctrines. On your surface even mine own likeness is distorted. On your shoulders presseth many a burden, many a recollection, many a mischievous dwarf squatteth in your corners. There is concealed populace also in you. And though ye be high and of a higher type, much in you is crooked and misshapen. There is no smith in the world that could hammer you right and straight for me. Ye are only bridges. May higher ones pass over upon you. Ye signify steps. So do not upbraid him who ascendeth beyond you into his height. Out of your seed there may one day arise for me a genuine son and perfect heir. But that time is distant. Ye yourselves are not those unto whom my heritage and name belong. Nor for you do I wait here in these mountains. Not with you may I descend for the last time. Ye have come unto me only as a presage that higher ones are on the way to me. Not the men of great longing, of great loathing, of great satiety, and that which ye call the remnant of God. Nay, nay, 3 times nay. For others do I wait here in these mountains, and will not lift my foot from thence without them. For higher ones, stronger ones, triumphanter ones, merrier ones, for such as are built squarely in body and soul, laughing lions must come. O my guests, ye strange ones, have ye yet heard nothing of my children, and that they are on the way to me? Do speak unto me of my gardens, of my happy isles, of my new beautiful race. Why do ye not speak unto me thereof? This guest present do I solicit of your love, that ye speak unto me of my children. For them am I rich, for them I became poor. What have I not surrendered? What would I not surrender that I might have one thing? These children, this living plantation, these life trees of my will and of my highest hope. Thus spoke Zarathustra, and stopped suddenly in his discourse, for his longing came over him, and he closed his eyes and his mouth, because of the agitation of his heart. And all his guests also were silent, and stood still and confounded, except only that the old soothsayer made signs with his hands and his gestures. The supper. For at this point the soothsayer interrupted the greeting of Zarathustra and his guests. He pressed forward as one who had no time to lose, seized Zarathustra's hand, and exclaimed, "But, Zarathustra, one thing is more necessary than the other, so sayest thou thyself. Well, one thing is now more necessary unto me than all others, a word at the right time. Didst thou not invite me to table? And here are many who have made long journeys. Thou dost not mean to feed us merely with discourses. Besides, all of you have thought too much about freezing, drowning, suffocating, and other bodily dangers. None of you, however, have thought of my danger, namely, perishing of hunger. Thus spoke the soothsayer. When Zarathustra's animals, however, heard these words, they ran away in terror, for they saw that they all had brought home during the day would not be enough to fill the one soothsayer. Likewise, perishing of thirst, continued the soothsayer. And although I hear water splashing here like words of wisdom, that is to say, plenteously and unweariedly, I want wine. Not every one is a born water-drinker like Zarathustra. Neither doth water suit weary and withered ones. We deserve wine. It alone giveth immediate vigour and improvised health. On this occasion, when the soothsayer was longing for wine, it happened that the king on the left, the silent one, also found expression for once. We took care, said he, about wine. I, along with my brother the king on the right, we have enough of wine, a whole assload of it, so there is nothing lacking but bread. Bread, replied Zarathustra, laughing when he spoke. It is precisely bread that anchorites have not. But man doth not live by bread alone, but also by the flesh of good lambs, of which I have 2. These shall we slaughter quickly, and cook spicily with sage. It is so that I like them. And there is also no lack of roots and fruits, good enough even for the fastidious and dainty, nor of nuts and other riddles for cracking. Thus will we have a good repast in a little while. But whoever wisheth to eat with us must also give a hand to the work, even the kings. For with Zarathustra even a king may be a cook. This proposal appealed to the hearts of all of them, save that the voluntary beggar objected to the flesh and wine and spices. Just hear this glutton Zarathustra, said he jokingly. Doth one go into caves and high mountains to make such repasts? Now indeed do I understand what he once taught us, blessed be moderate poverty, and why he wisheth to do away with beggars. Be of good cheer, replied Zarathustra, as I am. Abide by thy customs, thou excellent one. Grind thy corn, drink thy water, praise thy cooking, if only it make thee glad. I am a law only for mine own. I am not a law for all. He, however, who belongeth unto me, must be strong of bone and light of foot. Joyous in fight and feast, no sulker, no John o' dreams, ready for the hardest task as he is for the feast, healthy and hale. The best belongeth unto mine and me, and if it be not given us, then do we take it. The best food, the purest sky, the strongest thoughts, the fairest women. Thus spoke Zarathustra. The king on the right, however, answered and said, Strange! Did one ever hear such sensible things out of the mouth of a wise man? And verily, it is the strangest thing in a wise man, if over and above he be still sensible and not an ass. Thus spoke the king on the right and wondered. The ass, however, with ill will, said yea to his remark. This, however, was the beginning of that long repast which is called the supper in the history books. At this there was nothing else spoken of but the higher man. The higher man. When I came unto men for the first time, then did I commit the anchorite folly, the great folly. I appeared on the marketplace. And when I spoke unto all, I spoke unto none. In the evening, however, rope dancers were my companions, and corpses, and I myself almost a corpse. With the new morning, however, there came unto me a new truth. Then did I learn to say, of what account to me are marketplace and populace noise and long populous cars? Ye higher men, learn this from me. On the marketplace no one believeth in higher men. But if ye will speak there, very well. The populace, however, blinketh. We are all equal. Ye higher men, so blinketh the populace, there are no higher men. We are all equal. Man is man before God. We are all equal. Before God. Now, however, this God hath died. Before the populace, however, we will not be equal. Ye higher men, away from the marketplace. Before God. Now, however, this God hath died. Ye higher men, this God was your greatest danger. Only since he lay in the grave have ye again arisen. Now only cometh the great noontide. Now only doth the higher man become master. Have ye understood this word, O my brethren? Ye are frightened. Do your hearts turn giddy? Doth the abyss here yawn for you? Doth the hell-hound here yelp at you? Well, take heart, ye higher men. Now only travaileth the mountain of the human future. God hath died. Now do we desire the Superman to live. The most careful ask today, how is man to be maintained? Zarathustra, however, asketh, as the first and only one, how is man to be surpassed? The Superman I have at heart. That is the first and only thing to me, and not man, not the neighbour, not the poorest, not the sorriest, not the best. O my brethren, what I can love in man is that he is an overgoing and a downgoing, and also in you there is much that maketh me love and hope. In that ye have despised, ye higher men, that maketh me hope, for the great despisers are the great reverers. In that ye have despaired, there is much to honour. For ye have not learned to submit yourselves, ye have not learned petty policy. For today have the petty people become master. They all preach submission and humility and policy and diligence and consideration and the long etc. of petty virtues. Whatever is of the effeminate type, whatever originateth from the servile type, and especially the populous mishmash, that wisheth now to be master of all human destiny. Oh, disgust! 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 That asketh and never tireth. How is man to maintain himself best, longest, most pleasantly? Thereby are they the masters of today. These masters of today, surpass them, O my brethren, these petty people, they are the Superman's greatest danger. Surpass, ye higher men, the petty virtues, the petty policy, the sand-grain considerateness, the ant-hill trumpery, the pitiable comfortableness, the happiness of the greatest number. And rather despair than submit yourselves. And verily I love you, because ye know not today how to live, ye higher men, for thus do ye live best. Have ye courage, O my brethren? Are ye stout-hearted? Not the courage before witnesses, but anchorite and eagle courage, which not even a god any longer beholdeth. Cold souls, mules, the blind, and the drunken, I do not call stout-hearted. He hath heart who knoweth fear, but vanquisheth it, who seeth the abyss, but with pride. He who seeth the abyss, but with eagle's eyes. He who with eagle's talons graspeth the abyss, he hath courage. Man is evil. So said to me for consolation all the wisest ones. Ah, if only it be still true today! For the evil is man's best force. Man must become better and eviler. So do I teach. The evilest is necessary for the Superman's best. It may have been well for the preacher of the petty people to suffer and be burdened by men's sin. I, however, rejoice in great sin as my great consolation. Such things, however, are not said for long ears. Every word also is not suited for every mouth. These are fine, far-away things. At them sheep's claws shall not grasp. Ye higher men, think ye that I am here to put right what ye have put wrong? Or that I wished henceforth to make snugger couches for your sufferers, or show you restless, miswandering, misclimbing ones new and easier footpaths? Nay, nay, 3 times nay. Always more, always better ones of your type shall succumb, for ye shall always have it worse and harder. Thus only groweth man aloft to the height where the lightning striketh and shattereth him, high enough for the lightning. Towards the few, the long, the remote go forth my soul and my seeking. Of what account to me are your many little short miseries? Ye do not suffer enough for me, for ye suffer from yourselves. Ye have not yet suffered from man. Ye would lie if ye spoke otherwise. None of you suffereth from what I have suffered. It is not enough for me that the lightning no longer doeth harm. I do not wish to conduct it away. It shall learn to work for me. My wisdom hath accumulated long like a cloud. It becometh stiller and darker. So doeth all wisdom which shall one day bear lightnings. Unto these men of today will I not be light, nor be called light. Them will I blind, lightning of my wisdom, put out their eyes.